Thank you both very much for joining us. But first to you, Priyanka Chaturvedi, will you accept that this is a huge setback to the Uddhav Sena, the recognition by the Maharashtra Speaker that Eknath Shinde Sena is the real Sena?
No, so firstly, this decision by the Speaker doesn't come as a surprise because we expect the line that it was going in, the way he was meeting the Chief Minister, whose own name was up in the disqualification list, went on to show, and we've also alerted the Supreme Court. What the setback is not just to Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. The setback is to the Constitution of India. The setback is to the Schedule 10 of India, of the part of the Constitution. The setback is to the Supreme Court of India. The Supreme Court of India, if you would remember a few months ago, when they said that a speaker has to, within a short duration, decide on the disqualification, had said two things. That as per the Schedule 10, the political party leader will decide the chief whip and the floor leader. And on that basis, what Eknath Shinde did was unconstitutional and unethical and illegal. And that is why, and then they left, and they even went on to say we would have reinstated Uddhavji back. But however, him having resigned is the reason why we can't bring him back. But it is now in the Speaker's domain to take this call on their disqualification. So what effectively the Speaker has done is this. He has done away with the Schedule 10 of this country. I think the Bharatiya Janata Party should go back to the Supreme Court or rather go to the Parliament and say Schedule 10 is not needed in the Constitution anymore because Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah will decide which party stays, which political party stays and who's the party leadership there. Because their 43 Alliance Party has all surrendered it to the leadership of to Amit Shah ji and Narendra Modi ji, while the opposition refuses to do so, so we face the consequences of it. So the setback is not just to us, the setback is to the Constitution, Schedule 10 and what the Supreme Court had decided, and goes against that spirit. So we will fight on, we'll march on. And like Uddhavji said, the fight will now be in the battle of the Janta, people of this country, and people of our state, not in the courts of...
Okay, so you're giving us, you're claiming that the 10th schedule, which looks closely at anti-defection laws, is now under the scanner because of the manner in which the Speaker has given this decision. Mahesh Jethmalani is with us. Just a minute. Mahesh Jethmalani is with us because he appeared for the Eknath Shinde group in court. I appreciate your taking the time up, Mr. Jaitmalani. What's your sense? Why do you think the Speaker gave this decision? The Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray group believes that this is now against the spirit under which the 10th schedule was brought in. Any group can now break away and tomorrow be claimed as the official group without having to merge with a party, and it will be recognized, and that could be dangerous in the future across states.
You know, I mean, Rajdeep, let me tell you that the facts of this matter, the basis of the whole disqualification petition constitutes a fraud by Uddhav Thackeray on the Supreme Court. They have tendered documents in the Supreme Court, right, which the Supreme Court took at face value, and these documents have turned out to be forgeries and unproved. There are findings by the Speaker on this, and I would like it to go to the Supreme Court so we can point out to the Supreme Court the kind of chicanery that takes place at the hands of the Shiv Sena.
No, like which document? Specifically a document that you claim is fraudulent?
Resolutions allegedly passed at the residence of Uddhav Thackeray. Nobody has supported it. Even Uddhav Thackeray hasn't come. The Constitution and the document of 4th April to the ECI, by which the Constitution of 2018 was allegedly tendered, nobody has supported it. Mr. Anil Desai, who was in the Speaker's premises every day and was a signatory to that letter, did not step into the witness box. We put in 7 witnesses, 3 of them who said resolutions passed in our name, and our signatures on those resolutions disqualifying, saying that disqualification proceedings will be taken against the Eknath Shinde faction members, are forgeries. Nobody has countered it. The whips are forged. The whips which are issued under 2-1A on the 21st and 22nd of June are forged. A resolution passed on the 23rd of June are forged. And this is all done according to Sunil Prabhu, the only witness who came in, who I said was made a scapegoat to perpetrate all these forgeries in judicial proceedings and in the Supreme Court, no less. The original documents which they produced don't match with the copies. So there is mayhem as far as facts are concerned. Now, of course, if you interview with Uddhav Thackeray and his ilk, right, and of course my friend Priyanka Chaturvedi, They will go into high-sounding principles about the anti-defection bill, about how the constitution has been savaged, and so on and so forth. But they have not looked at the facts, and they refuse to look at the chicanery of their leaders. And let it go to the Supreme Court. I will again have it reaffirmed that these documents have been forged.
Those are very serious charges. Those are very serious charges you've made, that the documents which were provided to the Supreme Court were forged. Priyanka Chaturvedi, the other point which the Maharashtra Speaker makes, saying simply a majority of the MLAs were with the Eknath Shinde group. He's even questioned the constitution of the Shiv Sena. But that apart, the fact is he's also gone by sheer numbers of those who left, more than 2/3. All of this, according to the Speaker of the Maharashtra Assembly, means that Eknath Shinde is the real Shiv Sena.
No, see, as far as Mr. Jaitmalani's things are concerned, where he says the documents are forged, I find that extremely, incorrect of him to make these kind of comments, which I would say go against the entire decision of the Supreme Court. I'll tell you why. If you remember the 21st and 22nd judgment, this letter that he's talking about, at that point in time, only 6 to 10 MLAs had left. And that is when the decision was taken. Schedule 10 categorically says the party leader will decide whether there is a resolution or not a resolution. The party leader is supreme. I'm sure he knows the Schedule 10. Schedule 10 categorically states this. 2018 amended. One second, please don't interrupt me.
I know Schedule 10 a little better than you.
Don't interrupt me, please.
One by one.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I don't like this. Rajdeep, you have stopped me from interrupting.
No. The point, Priyanka,
calling my leader that he has given false documents.
And I reiterated that I hope you get more irritated.
Do not interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Priyanka Chaturvedi, complete your argument.
I may not be a lawyer.
Complete your argument. No, Priyanka Chaturvedi, complete your argument. What is it about the Speaker's decision that you believe makes it
if
such a serious...
If you will allow me to complete without interrupting and asking me a question again, I will definitely love to complete what I was saying.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. So now what is the Schedule 10 saying? Schedule 10 says that the party leadership decides. They are saying the 2018 constitution is not applicable and that there is no record of the 2018 constitution as per the election commission. So then I have to very humbly ask the election commission then that all the AB forms on which Mr. Shrikant Shinde, Mr. Eknath Shinde and all the 40 traitor gang contested on was an AB form signed by the party chief. And that is Shri Uddhav Thackeray. How was that mandated as legal and tenable? And they contested on the AB form given by the Shiv Sena then. And now they have a problem with the leadership. 2018, if they had a problem with the constitutional amendment of the party, they could have very well gone to the election commission then. I can call their entire premise a forgery to the nation, a forgery to the state of Maharashtra, a forgery to the constitutional morality and principles of this country. Like I said, every single time that we have, through our growing up years, we've heard, wahi hoga jo manzoor khuda hoga. Now, since 2014, we are living in a world where wahi hoga jo manzoor Narendra Modi और अमित शाह होगा. क्या हम संविधान को बदल सकते हैं? हम 10 शेड्यूल जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जिसका हवाला दिया है उसको खत्म कर सकते हैं. We can do anything because we are in power and we have agencies at our command. We have money at our command. We have everything in our command, so we'll do what we want. So that's the forgery.
Okay, can I get a final word therefore from you, Mahesh? And I want you to wear your legal hat as much as your political hat. Are you worried about the manner in which the anti-defection law, first the Speaker can sit on it for months. We're talking about June 2022 when this happened. We are in January. It required the Supreme Court to eventually prod him. He got an extension. And then he comes up with a verdict that many are saying will also raise troubling questions for the future, that any party will break away without informing its leadership, the legislature party, and it will be accepted months later.
Rajdeep, the Speaker is the constitutional authority. Evidence has been laid before him. He's conducted an inquiry. I would suggest that you listen to or read the order of the Speaker, which is a well-considered order based on arguments of both sides. Both sides have been represented. Rather than go by what people are saying or allegedly saying, right? Mm-hmm. The hearsay which you get are, of course, the chatter of people who are opposed to the BJP. This has got nothing to do with any high-sounding principle. On facts, it was found that Uddhav Thackeray, although he was the Sena Pramukh, did not represent the will of the party because as per the constitution before the election commission, the supreme authority is the Shiv Sena party in a constitution perpetrated by no less a person than the late Bal Thackeray himself, at the instance of the Election Commission to have inner party democracy, vested the supreme authority, the power to govern the party and its policy in the Rashtriya Karyakarani. Uddhav Thackeray hijacked that power and perpetrated a false constitution in 2018, which the Election Commission said is not on our record. That also the Supreme Court has,
Please, I'll have to interrupt you.
Has its judgment. Now, Priyanka, if you want to interrupt me, I yield to you. I have no problem.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Final 30 seconds. Final 30 seconds, Priyanka Chaturvedi. Priyanka Chaturvedi. You will both have the opportunity. You will have the opportunity to go to the Supreme Court. This will eventually be settled.
1 second. Before the Supreme Court, there is the television court that I'm facing right now, right? And there are some charges that he's made. He says 2018 amended constitution was also forgery. Then I'm shocked. That Mr. Eknath Shinde continued to be a silent spectator to all the forgery. And he chose his conscience at a time which was opportune to him to become the chief minister of the state. I mean, what kind of a joke is this? What kind of an argument? Now, I will go to just one single point. One single, just give me 1 minute. That election commission will need to answer. All the communication was happening with the party chief. All the AB forms were signed by the party chief. Party chief's decision was supreme. This was mandated, acknowledged even by the election commission. And now saying that, oh, now only in Schedule 10 we have a problem where the party chief decides that the floor leader and chief whip is someone different because Eknath Shinde has decided to rebel. That is the right thing. Baki, everything is forgery. Then I think the biggest con artist of this country is we all know who.
Okay. I'm going to leave it there. We will wait to it. We are not in a television studio going to settle this. We will wait for the Supreme Court. Mahesh Jethmalani has made a virtual open challenge in a way to the Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray group. But I appreciate two articulate voices, both Rajya Sabha MPs, for joining me on my face-off and taking the time off. Thank you.